What's up? It's, not Frontier Fridays. It's a bit of a strange one. But Jürgen just wouldn't let us use his Frontier Friday trademark for this one. I'm CCP Monty, CCP Overload, and CCP Goodfella with me here. I was going to say thanks for coming, thanks for showing up, but I guess I need to say thanks for having me.
Yeah, we roped you
this
into
time
this.
around.
Or you want us to say thank you for turning up and saving us.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first Goodfella Good Times that I showed up to save. Have you heard about the Goodfella Good Times?
I've heard about the Goodfella Good Times.
I mean, just this guy and his sponsorships.
Yeah.
It's insane. It's insane.
But
Guys,
this is the first time we're doing a stream together, CCP Monty, on at CCP.
this is the first time you're in my show, essentially. I've been on Goodfella Good Times a few times, which is something that we need to wake up for.
Yes.
Frontier.
Yes.
But yeah, it's a strange one that we haven't done it before. But guys, it is a huge day. So big, in fact, that we couldn't have CCP Jürgen here to just shadow it. Not because he is extremely tall or something like that. He's just extremely loud and is most likely in the chat already talking
He
shit.
probably is in the chat talking shit. If he's not,
Yeah.
then I'm
For-
disappointed in him.
For a guy going on vacation, he has been oddly much around.
Yes.
Yes.
It's
It's
he
all
wants-
right. We should have actually had just a CCP
cover
Jürgen.
cut out. Yeah.
we can't zoom far enough out. It is here,
Yes.
but guys, yesterday massive announcement.
Yep.
You want to talk us through it a little bit?
We have a slide on it later, but really fun to be able to share it finally. It's been an announcement like this takes a long time under the hood, but what I'm personally most excited about, so the thing that we are speaking of is the announcement that we are partnering up with Sui, moving to their blockchain network to power Frontier going forward. What I'm most excited about personally is that the Sui team have come here in, I think, total of 3 different visits already.
Yeah.
So they are super keen to make Frontier a success on their network. So
And
we
in
just-
numbers, like
Yes,
you
in
can really
numbers,
see
exactly.
how much, and that is so essential to the whole process of finding a partner there. It's this whole thing of we all felt just the interest of literally building this with us,
Yes.
making this
Yeah.
thing bigger.
It's the enthusiasm when you talk together with people who are excited about something.
Yeah.
It's infectious.
And that is why
a lot of them-
Goodfella hasn't been invited before.
Yes, exactly.
But now he is super excited, so I'm willing up to the task.
And they also have, for example, on their team, they have a lot of EVE Online current or lapsed players. So there's actually like written documentation from some of the team members on just why they're excited about Frontier and the future, which actually is like something we could just share with the community. And that is what is exciting, is to have like-minded people working with us on making Frontier a success.
Don't break my studio. though. It's like, god damn it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that is so cool.
Yep.
And especially if you think about New Eden and the EVE Online universe, and now eFrontier moving forward, and all the things in terms. Like one of the things that can be hard when you're explaining eFrontier to somebody, and this is obviously something that we're just tackling in a lot of things, is that we're getting a very big new audience that is not acquainted at all maybe with EVE, has heard about it or such. But all of us having worked on EVE and played EVE and such, we know how freaking difficult it is just to have somebody, comes and sits down next to you like, oh, so what are you doing in this game? Right, yeah. Changing the world, it's like we're shaping the world or such, and with Frontier being an even bigger playing field like that, essentially, it's really good, like you say, to have partners that actually understand this whole ecosystem.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, but we're here today. We talked a little bit about Sui.
Don't steal my thunder here. So
We're here
the
today.
major thing
Ladies
here,
and gentlemen, nice to have you. Get camera on me now. There we go.
Yeah.
We're here today, ladies and gentlemen.
Producer, remember
to talk about the roadmap.
the roadmap. That's huge.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Roadmaps are hard.
No, they're not. They're just a piece of paper where you said like, "Oh, we're doing this and that."
Yeah.
But they're hard if they're supposed to make sense, I guess.
They're hard to do. I mean, anyone can pull a roadmap out their ass and just say, this is what we want to do. And what we try to do is not do that. We try to come to the public with a roadmap that actually is grounded in reality. So we have details of what we're doing right now, what's coming in the immediate future, what's coming in the slightly more distant future, and then we can start to talk about what we'd like to do. And we're not just saying this is what we're working on or we think we're going to work on. This is stuff that has gone through pre-production with teams, that's been planned out. So we have pretty good confidence that a lot of the stuff that we're going to show today will make it in roughly on the schedule. Some stuff may change, as always. It's game development. We all know how that works. But in general, this should be pretty accurate. If you look at our roadmap stream we did about a year ago now, a lot of that stuff is delivered, shipped in one way or another. Some stuff is just moved on. We intend to do the same today.
There's also this thing, when we do these roadmaps, we talk about the future, and this is something that is just very much a CCP thing. We talk about where we want to take things, because everything is developed with the community. This is such a hugely important pillar to everything that we build. That, for example, something like a roadmap, we put the stuff in there that we want to make. I remember looking at a roadmap the other day, as like I was looking for reference graphics and stuff, and it was like 2027 something happens, 2029 something happens, like, you know, and it's like, yeah, you're not telling me much. Like, I would be very surprised if nothing happens in your development in the next 4 years.
Yeah, exactly.
We have pictures, videos, all sorts to show you today.
And also, what I think is worth calling out is that we're a bit late on this, if we just recognize that as well. We wanted to show this in September to the community. We've just since then been plagued. So I'm Icelandic. People can't usually understand what I say. It's even worse today because I have so much cold. But what we will do now as well is to give people more, because we have this roadmap now. It's very clear what we intend to do for the next year. And then we want to keep now people up to date as we progress on everything that is going on.
So this is, like you said, like, meant to do it earlier and stuff. But I'm just going to be really proud and say this is where me and Jötunn differ. I show up once, bam. Roadmap, leaks, everything you need.
True.
Don't worry about it. It's like, I've got it.
Jötunn 0 for 2 on roadmaps.
Yes.
CCP Monte 1 for 1.
Yeah.
Common L for Jötunn.
Yeah, common L.
Yep.
L's in chat for Jötunn, I guess.
Yeah. The only reason I'm shitting over him is because he's so far away right now that
he
he can't reach me.
he is in chat now, by the way.
Shit.
All right, shall we crack
Shall
on
we?
the roadmap?
Shall we? I'm already looking at this beautiful screen. I wonder
roadmap
if the chat can see it now.
They can see it now. All right, eFrontier, Psycho 3 and beyond, roadmap.
In a PowerPoint, as
In a PowerPoint, as is tradition. I'm clicking. 1 second. Can I? Yes, there we go. So a quick refresher on eFrontier's product pillars. Grounded in science, things should make sense because they should feel like it makes sense. You understand that when you consume energy, the stuff that you've consumed is gone and it gives you power to do something. That just makes sense. We want it to be a cruel survival experience. Things should be hard fought and feel that you have earned them. It shouldn't just be creative mode. It is supposed to be a survival against the universe itself. And, of course, finally, rebuilding a broken world. We want you to feel like you are rebuilding civilization itself in the frontier. And
I think this quickly, this is what we're aligning all of our development efforts towards in order for you as you play Frontier that it all makes sense, all the different pieces coming together.
Indeed. So this is, first of all, thanks to CCP Yikes for that great slide animation there. Love it.
Yes.
Love to see it. This is something that if you've seen CCP Maximum Cats, he did a stream on sort of the creative vision of eFrontier. I highly recommend you go watch that. It's phenomenal. This is an excerpt from that. I was about to use the laser pointer in this and start circling things, but I realized that you on stream can't see that. But if we go from the left to the right, this is what we call kind of like our golden path. And when we say major game loop, it's sort of a game loop of game loops. You know, when you start, you awaken, you're very much in this survival mode. You have to try and keep yourself alive. You're scrabbling amongst the dirt to just find the most basic things you need to survive. And
we call it Monday.
Monday in Iceland. And then, of course, once you've able to sort of sustain yourself, you start to build shelter and then a way to travel around and start to explore. And then once you've done that, you can escape this first area that you've kind of awoken in. Maybe that one clone does not survive. Maybe like you did not find enough resources and you perish, and a new clone is awoken. But once that clone escapes, then you're looking for other people and understanding and start to sort of thrive and build up the skills, not only in the clone but also in yourself. And before you move on towards this sort of greater community of either finding ancient wonders or powerful artifacts, and eventually, of course, other people and awakening itself. So this is the golden path. We consider sort of the major game loop.
And if the pillars before is like how we are making things, we want things to be grounded in science, to be a cruel survival experience, and players feeling like they are rebuilding this broken world together with us. That's how we are making things. This is what we are making. This is the golden path of EVE Frontier.
Yeah, and of course, all of this doesn't exist in a vacuum. Everyone's doing this in their own different ways, and that means, of course, some of these areas here, like escaping, you could be escaping from other players. It doesn't necessarily have to be the universe itself. This is a PvP game. So, CCP Goodfella, upcoming focus.
And if these are the pillars and the golden path, and these are the things that we are focusing on right now, the core gameplay, we wanted to feel more moment to moment. We wanted to feel higher fidelity as you fly through space. How does it feel to fly in close encounters in these beautiful sites that have been untouched for the past 14,000 years? Base building experience is something we delivered on in June, but a lot of people have given us a lot of good feedback in how we should improve it, what we should be developing. So that's been one of the key focus points for us now, and will continue to be in the future. The world itself as well, the players of Frontier that have played now a lot know that there is opportunities to improve the kind of macro that is the Frontier universe, the resources of Frontier, how they are distributed, flying to different systems and not getting heat locked right in the beginning, the fact that the starter systems need to have proper resources, but then also a reason to go further out in space, and then from the different resource distribution over the wider universe, what are the factions that emerge and the ships that they fly because they have different access to different resources, etc., etc. So we have our astrophysicists and other great colleagues working on this. The identity, we have a phenomenally talented character team on Frontier. They have for quite some time been working on the different kind of underlying pipelines, which is a lot of heavy lifting that is needed to do to have characters as a part of the gameplay experience. And then also, what does it mean to progress your character and your clone in Frontier going forward? We now obviously have resets, which gives you kind of opportunity to come back in, but now as we go towards eternity, we want you to have and be able to progress your character over a longer period of time. And then the creative aspect, continuing to create great 3D assets, whether it is ships, different sites, the sound effect, new capabilities in the engine to unlock better shadows, lighting, etc. as well.
And let's face it, like the stuff that is coming out.
Yep.
And
It's amazing.
I don't know how much has been shared, but I do believe there are maybe something slipped and leaked a little bit into this deck.
Yep.
Wow, the world's just so
Yes.
stunning.
Yes.
Yeah, so let's take a quick look at the high-level timeline. Those of you who've been with us since the start of Founder Access back in December 2024, you experienced that. You experienced a couple of economic resets before we launched New Era with the drop of the NDA and into the Cycle program. From then we had Promised Lands, and we're currently in Ashen Resolve. And coming up, Cycle 3 in just over a week, or just under a week now actually, is Silent Tide. Now you'll notice as well, the cycles are going to get longer. They're going to move up to about 3 months each. So
Yep.
Cycle 4, 5 and 6 will take us all the way through into mid-late 2026. So let's take a little bit of a closer look at what's coming in Cycle 3.
Before we do that,
This was the slide that you mentioned
yes.
earlier on that CCV
Yeah.
Monty stole your thunder on.
Yeah, I think
I think that the press release yesterday and the social post may have stolen the thunder.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, yeah. But again, it was a big announcement yesterday. The Ethereum community, I think, just first of all, have been phenomenal to us, and Frontier wouldn't be where it is today without the everybody that has contributed to Ethereum. But we firmly believe this is the right next step to take for eFrontier. There's a lot of synergies with creating kind of, like I mentioned before, high fidelity experience as a kind of autonomous world with Sui. So we're really excited to be able to show more to the players and builders as we now migrate to the Sui network.
And just to be clear, the migration is not going to happen for some time. We'll come back with a more detailed timeline on that later. For now, you don't have to worry about it. You can, of course, start to experiment, as some of you already are doing.
Which is amazing.
Yes.
Like, okay.
He's in chat. Shout out, by the way. He is in chat. Sektrov in chat.
Yeah.
I like the comment with it. It's just like, I want to own this.
Yes.
Like, I'll admit that I very, very quickly logged on to Frontier just to sign on Monty.
Yes, exactly. But I think the beauty here is that we have builders, and there's some stuff that they need to relearn. That's been some of the feedback or discussions from yesterday. The move language. So CCP Goodfellow is not a great engineer. I think that's just let's.
But he's great at talking himself in third person.
Yes,
Fantastic.
However, we have great engineers on the Frontier team. They are incredibly excited about the move language that is what Sui uses. And what the builders will come to understand, realize, learn is how cool things they can make using the move language.
And all the puns we can make. The move to move and all that stuff.
Yes,
Move
exactly.
squared.
But our builders are obviously already cooking, and which is great to see. So while the migration has not happened yet, this is not what the Frontier team, EVNet team, is working on. They are already also starting to prepare themselves.
And on top of that, the interest from Sui and the Sui community is in a way where the support and everything that builders will be able to reach into is going to be vast.
Yeah. Would you say that the EVNet team like to move it? I stole that directly from chat, by the way, but I'm taking it.
There's that, and I'm also waiting for you to reveal that a laser in the game will sound like sweet, something like that.
All right, enough of this. Here is the Psycho 3 timeline in a bit more detail. So, as mentioned, launching on the 15th of October, we're going to have an in-game event. More details about that coming up. Don't want to give too much away. There will be a free trial. If you've not played eFrontier before, you're welcome to come join us between the 17th and the 27th.
10 days.
10-day trial, yep. We keep calling them free weeks, but a week is not 10 days, and I don't know why we keep insisting on calling it a free week.
Yeah, and I just said 10 days because I want to just show that math is
You
mathing.
can math, congratulations. And then a major game update on the 29th of October, 2 weeks in, and then some more stuff coming in the second half of the cycle, reminder, 3-month cycle.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about, a couple other things to mention. The Mission Hub, missions. We know there's problems with it. As a result, we are now in the process of automatically converting everyone's Grace to EVE points from Cycle 1. If you had Grace in Cycle 1, you will have it automatically converted. It's just the least we can do because of the continuous problems that we've had with the system. We're still working on improving it, and work will continue until it's great, until morale has improved. But we are converting all of your points.
This is top priority for CCP Overload. We don't like the fact that how unstable and uncertain it is, but we have just a team now focusing on it, mapping out everything that is needed.
Yeah. So here's some of the key highlights from Cycle 3 specifically. So creative base building, endless industry, control after death, new ships to earn, WSD control tests, and rewarding exploration. Now, I'm not going to sit and read through all of the slides like this. These are for your screenshot enjoyers. There's some more texty ones later. I thought, what do people like? People like JPEGs, and people like JPEGs that move. So here's some examples. So this is a build mod with some improvements. You may notice the inclusion of verticality. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The third dimension has been located. We found it. It was both above us and below us the whole time. We weren't looking for it, but we found it there.
Wait. So you're telling me the Frontier community is just screaming for 3D, while the EVE community is just begging for 2D.
Yeah, it's. I don't know how to parse any of this, but yeah.
No, but if you go back, if you can add color commentary.
Let me see if I can get to
So
play again. There
what's
we go.
coming in cycle 3 is now the third dimension, as CCP overload
3D.
talked about. Like it's so annoying now. Right now in Frontier, you need to like fly your ship in the correct location to be able to build it in on that axis. So this is obviously a no-brainer to do.
Yep.
But not only that, but there's also the rotate mechanic that is coming as well.
Yes.
If you see this video from before, it's obviously very functional. It's not very inspiring, the move, but we just want to get this into the player's hands. But here is just another video of exploring how it feels like in the future. We want to focus on getting this functionality out to the players, to get the feedback, get them to break it, try it out, etc. But then we're also looking at the mood for the future, how it should look and feel like.
Yep. And of course, when you're building your base, you'll want to put stuff closer together than ever before. So all of the collisions have been refactored to be a lot more accurate, a lot more tight. Now you can put your base, you can build it almost anywhere, inside structures.
Super cool.
Although, I mean, if you're building your base inside Stargate, that's literally trying to camp in the middle of a highway. I don't necessarily recommend it, but you're welcome to give it a go.
Yeah.
So you can totally put things all over the place and let your creative juices flow.
That's so freaking cool.
Yeah, this is super cool. And what's also cool is that a lot of the different L points do have sites or things that are present there. So this will just give you way more fidelity in placing your base, creating natural defenses.
I wonder if that will also create like a new breed of a player. Somebody who is more focused on just the
Architects.
aesthetics.
Yeah.
And, you know, like,
100%.
they're like, I'm searching the whole, you know, the whole world, all the solar systems for the perfect spot to, build
exactly.
out of.
Yes.
Not, it's just like, are you looking for a waterfront property? Or, you know, just like,
The death loop is undergoing major improvements. So
CCBU didn't take note.
Yeah.
What was it? Like
CCBU will see the screen a
4
lot.
minutes?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So, and just to answer chat, yes, what we're showing right now is coming in cycle 3.
yes,
It's not all coming at the start of the cycle. We wish that were the case, it just isn't. But this is coming in cycle 3, and we'll tell you all about it as soon as we know when it is going live.
and of course,
3D coming in cycle 3.
yeah. Once you die, CCP Jotun, you will be presented. When this is obviously just a bit of a demo, but when you die, you'll be presented with a selection of where you can respawn or reawaken in. So this will include your refuges that you have in space, as well as colonies in systems that you can spawn at.
Yep.
Did you place the map there so that people with what's it called, arachnophobia, spider phobia, just with that one leg there on the left, is like
That's correct.
yeah.
But I think if you go back, we want like dying is obviously like if you lose something, it does suck. But it shouldn't suck because it's horrible UX and difficult to respawn and tedious around.
So you should
that.
lose your dignity.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's the worst thing to lose.
Yes. There's a lot of dying in the Frontier that is inescapable, but we don't want the loop of dying, needing to respawn, and thinking about that to also suck. We want it to be a meaningful experience. We have some really cool ideas to connect this in the future, not for Cycle 3, but going into cyberspace as you die to need to deal with the Keeper, who then tries to see if he can recover some of your losses in clones or ships or items if you are worthy for it. So that's something for the community to kind of, planting a seed here for the future. But at least for now in Cycle 3, we want this to be a way better experience to respawn on the Frontier.
Yeah,
I just like that somebody got the brief. Let's make dying a little bit more pleasant.
Yeah.
Literally what happened.
I mean, death is a serious business, but it's got to be pleasant as well. A significant rework of the flight controls is a lot more tight and responsive. You can really position yourself and explore the depths of ancient sites. of course, these ships are not starfighters. They are spaceships. They are large. They feel like they have inertia and mass. But you still have the ability to control them a lot more precisely.
But will
and
it
move
drift?
through spaces? You can absolutely drift them if you use the right buttons at the right time.
Monty Overload Racing League incoming.
Well, I mean, let's have something competitive first.
So-
we want to show you up every day.
So what we're going to do, what you're seeing here on screen is just working locally, flying prototype for Frontier. What we will do during Cycle 3 is we're going to have a time-limited event where players can opt in and try out the controls to give us feedback.
Yep.
What the work is ahead for us is to then, as we nail this experience of flying on the Frontier using WASD, so already somebody in chat asking for when this was coming. So this is coming in Cycle 3 as a time-limited event to get feedback. And the reason why it's time-limited is that there's a lot of content that we need to update, add, etc. to match with the different controls. We want to add color commentary here as well, on targeting. Olof?
Yeah, so this one, the crosshair you can see is where the pilot is looking, and then that orange one is where the guns are facing. So when you have the guns tracking, or when the guns are just pointing in the direction that they were left in, so you can move, you can see where the guns are currently aiming there. That will come in much more important if you've seen the individual skill shots we've teased in our vision trailer. This is our first step towards that. Another step towards that is active auto-targeting and locking. So when, for example, you have certain weapon systems like this, so you enable them, and then when you have your weapon system able to target at them, like this.
And if you watch the trailer, the vision trailer that we released in June, if you watch this, you can see what I have been talking about before, is that the vision trailer is not only important for the people out there to understand what we're trying to create, but for us as developers to have a great asset to help us develop as well.
A mood board on steroids.
Yes.
Mood on steroids.
Exactly.
This is all seriously cool. Like next cycle, when and at the point when this stuff comes in, I trust that somebody from the community will have made like a seriously hard to navigate obstacle course
Yes.
somewhere
Yep.
for us to like just do time trials on.
100%. Like
If that happens, we stream a time trial between
yes.
the devs.
If someone builds
Good
a really
idea.
cool base that has a sort of manual flight controlled time trial
Yeah.
circuit, then we will run some sort of tournament there
Yeah.
for sure. That sounds like a great idea.
I think that would be super cool. By the way, is that you flying?
No, this is our intern CCP Manbjorn, I believe. Dunno.
CCP Manbjörn.
Yeah. He's been here for close again 20 years. Still an intern.
Yeah, still an intern.
Really needs to put his
But
nose to the
this
grinder.
may be his promotion path.
Yeah.
Well, he
Senior intern.
He did crash into a structure there earlier.
He did.
So.
Speaking of that, collisions being updated significantly. So the really cool thing about this one is where you hit is important. If the ship is, let me replay this one a few times. If the ship is, for example, like a Karuda long and thin, and you hit on the far left, it will spin in one direction. If you hit on the right, it will spin the other direction.
Yep.
So the cross section and the area of ships do matter. And once more,
I just want sound effects.
I know.
Boink.
There's another there's another version of this I posted on the Frontier Discord where it's got the oof sound effect from Roblox on it, which is totally coming.
But this is awesome. It is annoying to fly around in these beautiful sites and just get random collision hits and kind of unintuitive hits as well. It does break the immersion. So seeing this, I think the team has done just an amazing job of improving collisions, adding VFX. Sound is coming. In the future, I don't think I want to even discuss that for Cycle 3, but damage. So when you actually hit something, you do get damage.
Carmageddon.
Yes.
Well, I was going to say you could, with the structures and new placement abilities, you could build a sort of bowling alley and have people fly down it and try and like knock as many of the pins over and
Why
stuff
aren't
like
the
that.
two of us in game design?
I know.
It's
It's really
strange.
it's a wonder why we're not.
It's like
in
we've
game
already
design.
like improved the product
I
vastly.
really do wonder.
Here's an interesting one for you. Industry. Right now, it's all in batches, but what if I could tell you that instead of batching, you simply pick the blueprint that you want your structure to work on, and as long as there are materials and as long as it is running, it will continue to run until it runs out of materials. And you don't have to stop it to add more materials, you just simply drag them in. Now, obviously, this is only one step away from automation for input and output, but you can see exactly where this is going. So continuous industry coming also in Cycle 3.
And this is important, what Olo just said. It is tedious right now, too tedious to manage your base if you want to actually start scaling up for proper things. Tedious to a point of annoyance. This is now the first step that we are taking, and we need to take this step first in order to unlock automation. So automation per se is not coming in Cycle 3, but it's something that we are extremely passionate about. But what this does is unlock automation for the future.
And something you may not have noticed, but I'll point it out, is during this video, the operator actually changes the blueprint at one point while there's still materials left in the input. Those materials are removed automatically. You don't have to find the materials you left in a different blueprint to change blueprint. You can simply just swap to a different one and start building the next one.
So this is getting closer to a playstyle where somebody essentially just wants to be running a gigafactory in space, and potentially even just buying the materials, or somebody else is supplying them.
Spot on. Exactly. And here we had to start a team in Frontier that is focused on making the base building experience good. So what we're doing as we're fixing, updating build mode, updating this, etc., we're also trying to knock out defects and things that are quirky. So the more that people can give us feedback, the more we can also see the easy low-hanging wins we can get as we update these bigger things.
And then this all is something that is very much groundwork, because smart assemblies and such for proper automation in the future of
exactly.
Goodfella, Good Times Factory. It just has an open smart assembly that gives me something for something in return, etc. Exactly. And that automatically then puts it into the factory, and
100%.
So we're also upgrading a lot of the models. The one on the top left you may recognize from the trailer is the weapon system that was fit to the ship in the trailer. Here is it in game on your ships.
Are you sure that's a weapon? I saw sniper rifles and missiles and stuff. And
yes.
It's right. I didn't see the turret. I literally did not see a giant shaft there on the front.
But
it's my my automatic filter.
Yeah. But what is cool as well, and we don't want to show it, and I haven't even seen it, and I will not see it on stream or whatever. But there are new ships coming during Cycle 3. But the cycle, the ships coming in Cycle 3 is 100% up to the players. It's not up to us. I don't know the ships.
So you want me to give an idea? As a player, should I be pitching ideas here?
No, so there's more details coming on this event soon. But we're going to allow the residents of the Frontier themselves to work towards and decide which of the ships that they want to unlock. This is for your screenshot pleasure. Take your screenshots. I'm not going to read all of this.
You really like when people screenshot their shit.
It means I don't have to read it out. This is our wordy summary of Cycle 3.
Yep.
Cycle 4 comes after Cycle 3. So I know it's incredible. I can math almost as well as you, CSP Monty.
Wow. I think before we go into detail here quickly, Cycle 3, what we were showing there is just from the development team itself. And so this is coming in Cycle 3. It's very tangible. We are working on it. So there's a lot of very tangible things to share. What we're showing now in Cycle 4, some of it has been tangible progress has been made, but as we go a bit further out, we have our intent and what we plan, but there's not necessarily the same amount of artifacts that are tangible that we can share already.
Exactly. So this is a sort of overall summary of Cycle 4. We're going to be continuing to iterate on the ship controls. We'll be introducing the first parts of our character progression system, which include clones and the creation of clones as assets. Tribal base buildings, and further differentiating different ships, their roles and their attributes. So
And this is it is a huge thing. The different
Yes.
distinct ships in Frontier. The ships that we have right now are more just to provide players with content, but we want to do it with way more intent. What is a ship in Frontier made of? What are the different factions and how do they work together in creating a really dynamic ecosystem with different ships?
And of course, different clones in ships with different abilities, for example.
Yeah.
Being able to store multiple clones, upgrade things, make copies, and so on and so forth. The first iterations of that.
And this is a big deal here. It may not seem a lot to the kind of uninitiated, but in order to get 3D characters up to the quality standards that we want to deliver on, there's a lot of underlying pipelines that need to be created, updated, and maintained. What you're seeing right now here are the different 3D characters or clones that you own in Frontier, so you can visually see them in client as well, and not just a 2D JPEG or just not see them at all.
Yeah.
So what is coming in Cycle 4, which launches in December, is a character progression system. Overall, we will share more detail on that soon, but we want it both to be a passive system where you unlock different things, but also an active system. So if you are good at mining, you gain more skills if you do a lot of mining, you will get good at mining as well. As I mentioned before, we have a phenomenally talented character team, so we are now trying to get that more into the actual experience of playing Frontier and not just showing you only cool, amazing JPEGs that they are working
Only
on.
the finest JPEGs.
Yes.
So these are coming into the client later this year. Also, what's better than 1 star, CCB Monty?
3 stars.
Actually, that's not true. 3 stars is actually really bad. Have you not seen the 3-body problem? We don't want that at all. Better than 1 star? There is no correct answer to this question. You should have said 1. But nice to see you're paying attention.
Yeah. Can we mute?
A variety, greater variety in the universe with binary and trinary and maybe quaternary, quinternary.
Okay,
Who knows?
so CCP relativistic is gonna butcher me after I try to butcher his work. But currently in the Frontier universe, all systems have a single star. That is not good because it's not grounded in science. It's a limitation of our engine right now. In the world, most systems have 2 stars or more. Some even have 6 to 7 stars. And imagine jumping into a solar system in Frontier where there are fucking 7 different stars in the system. Imagine the things that you can discover there, the different content you can see, the visuals settings that you can see. So while this is just a very small screenshot in a way, this is what we are working towards for distribution and the universe overall.
Yeah.
It will be bit prototype in the beginning because the source of lighting from different solar systems is a complicated endeavor that you need science and artistry to do, but this is where we are heading with it.
Yep.
Are we making sure that we're giving people the correct titles within the project? Master of Stars.
Master of Stars, yes. Here's some more smart deployables and base building structures.
Yeah, what we want to do in Cycle 4 is add more progression when it comes to when you are building your bases. So the different kind of, as Ola was saying, the different components of base building that you can craft will unlock more different things. This is just some insight into that, because we want you to feel like you are progressing as you continue to build bigger and different things in base building. Not only do we want it to feel like it is bigger and better as you build different bases, but part of the Cycle 4 focus will be on tribal or social base building as well.
Yep.
So that when I build on an L point, that CCP Overload can join me there as well, and we can have more collaborative effort together.
That's right. Just to put it expressly clear for those of you out there, coming in Cycle 4, you will be able to all build together on L points and expand them as a tribe. So that is coming in Cycle 4.
That is super exciting to me.
Wait. Are those textures?
These are in fact textures. Pretty cool. I mean, these are still a concept art level at this point. Well, they're quite far into the process of getting towards being inclined. But like Goodfella was saying, once you get a little bit further out, so Cycle 4 is a bit further away, then it gets a bit less a bit less accurate. I don't know if you can hear CCV Goodfella dying somewhere nearby.
Yeah.
But he's dying.
Do we do elevator music for a second here? Or? Yeah.
So
That's a first for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That's
so here's your screenshot slide. This is some details on each one. Welcome back, CCV Goodfella from the dead.
let's maybe remove your paper roll before we continue.
And then we're getting really into the far future now at this point. This is still stuff that we're in our roadmap internally, stuff that's been worked on, but we have less tangible things to show on a day-to-day like progress.
But there's something pretty sizable there at the bottom.
Yeah, so we're expecting in Cycle 5 to be when the SWE migration really starts to take place, when we actually start to transition the game that people are playing over onto SWE. So you can see you have a good 6 to 7 months probably to keep working on.
So
the
we're
current
estimating Cycle 5 will start in March next year. And while, as Ólafur said, as we head into showing things that we are working on in Cycle 5, there is less tangible things, but our intent is 1000% there. The scanning and signature system, base attack and defense, new ships and sites, travel overhaul, updated HUD and inventory system. But what players can use as a reference to how the experience will feel like, or how we're intending to feel like it, is the same things that we are using, as you put it, Monty.
So this is
moodboard on steroids.
Yeah, this is these are now sort of more like conceptual images, so that you might recognize this from our Vision trailer. This is what we're working towards scanning, for example, to be looking like in eFrontier. When we put these Vision trailers together, they're not just to look pretty. They are basically to communicate our vision to the teams, to everyone out there. They look at this and they work towards this as a sort of like light in the dark. You have to like take the steps to get there, and this is in the plan for Cycle 5 that we'll come back with more details in the future in the next 6 months or so. We'll bit more on this, but these are like sort of conceptual art at this point.
So with the granular details
Mm-hmm.
like that of the WASD controls and everything like that, will I eventually need to park my ship in a station, like fly it through?
It's quite possible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Be really good at parallel parking somewhere and
Be able to back
yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Can we have
It's
a-
something that
can we have a
CCP
reversing
Goodfella is,
sound
for
effect?
example, famous for on the streets of Reykjavik? It's like one hand on the wheel.
Yeah, I've been in a
Yeah.
car with CCV Goodfella. I'm not
Yeah, you just
entirely
do that
sure about the
once.
accuracy of this
You
statement.
just do that once.
So here's some more cool shots. You recognize some of these from the trailer again.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, we are using these as references to make or to help build towards. We want the experience to feel like this. We want the experience to look like this. You're starting to see some of the elements that build this. I mean, this is a great example. The turret, you start to see these turrets are similar appearing in the game. You're starting to see the very first beginnings of that skill shot system with the locking and the tracking. When you combine that with the scanning and everything, you start to see how you can put the whole thing together. Of course, like big tribal bases.
Yeah. Look at those
Yeah,
primal
and
tribal
then-
bases where they didn't even know 3D existed.
And then here as well, we're just continuing to add new sites to the world. But what we're also going to be working on and are working on is not only are you visiting sites to see threats, but threats will be visiting you. The more you progress, the more you automate your base, the more fuel you consume, etc., the more you will give out a signal, as you can see there, and the more threats will come find you as well.
So in a 7-star system,
Yes, exactly.
scanning might be
Maybe difficult.
only for the best.
Yeah, but also might be a great place to hide
Yeah.
your furnaces as you crank out the machines of war.
Yeah, if you have a cold heart, you don't want to.
No.
There.
So yeah, a bit of a summary. So upcoming cycles in Cycle 3, the first steps towards proper creative base building and endless industry. We want you to have more control of your reawakening after death. New ships coming in Cycle 3, and of course new ways to interact with the game.
Overload.
Monty.
this is happening next week, literally.
So Cycle 3 begins next week. A bunch of these features come out in the duration of Cycle 3.
When we're talking about Cycle 3 coming out next week,
yes,
it is coming to you October 15th.
that's
Creative
correct.
base building.
No.
Endless
No.
in sometime after, but in that cycle. Control after death has never been closer.
Yes.
It's like, we need a little bit of an oomph there. You've been there,
I'm not paid to do oomph.
You
That's
don't
your
need
job.
you don't need to do for cycle 4. That's still after cycle 3. We need to focus on cycle 3 there for like the oomph. But
And
good fella, what date is it?
15.
Okay, God, what? Don't we have CCP convict here somewhere?
It's cycle 3
he would
day.
have
We
been
just
with
say
me.
15 and do air horns.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
there
Cycle
we go.
3.
There we go.
So a lot of this stuff, the real meat of it will start to come in from October 29th. Cycle 3 begins October 15th with a free trial, 17th to 27th. And then once that's over, founders, you get all the cool new stuff.
Yeah. And one thing I forgot to mention in Cycle 3. So CCP, what's his name? CCP Coin?
CCP Kalira.
Yeah, Coin. It's easier to remember. He's been working on a risk and reward model as well. So we wanted to feel rewarding to look at and explore different sites in the frontier. That each site has a reason to go to depending on your risk appetite, your skill, what you're looking for, etc. So across now Cycle 3 and going forward, each site will have a way clearer purpose for you to and a reason to visit. And that will also, so even though it is a lot of the same content, we want to do a lot of different balance and economy updates so that there is a reason to scan down different sites, explore the universe, etc. What's also coming in Cycle 3 are new sites, new ships that we mentioned, but that is up to the players if they actually end up coming, which is just a fact. And an event as well, which is more for the players to learn about as we go live. But then like these are some of the big ticket items that we are working on, but we will continue to try to also update the different things that are kind of quirky or a bit weird or that need a bit of tuning for more the tribes or the end game players during the different cycles.
And finally, what comes after Cycle 5 is just titled The Rest of It and Beyond. So I have some future cool things to show you. These are full-on concept at this point, but imagine leaving automatic miners around on asteroids and collecting things later.
So I saw this video for the first time today. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
So a lot of cool things in the distant pipeline to really expand the feeling of
Mining.
building out mining. This is particularly about mining. It should be better than just press F1 and fly around. It should be something engaging, something interesting, something you can be better at, and your skill is important. Of course, we don't just want to be like shooting laser at empty asteroids. We want people to be able to, for example, crack open asteroids, get the juicy interior. I don't know if asteroids are juicy. I assume CC Relativistic will say they are. It makes sense to me. They're like an apple, he told me. Asteroids, like apples. Juicy in the inside.
Yeah, but then the core is. Does he eat the core mostly?
Probably. That
Yeah.
seems like the type of person he would who'd eat the core.
Probably healthy.
It probably is. So
Ooh.
opening up asteroids, getting the juices.
The
asteroid
sound
juice.
team is going to have something epic
Yes.
with that because
Yes.
it's
Yes.
like probably it's something that we can't imagine even how it sounds. I mean,
Yes.
like people that have
Yeah.
been, for example, to Iceland and hear the glaciers crack and stuff like
Yeah.
that. It's like it's an
Yeah.
insane.
Twitch
feeling.
chat asks where the yogurt-filled asteroids are, and that's a good question.
Yes,
That's one I want to know as
yeah.
well.
Yeah.
It's in the 6-star system.
We're still
In the 6-star system. The
CCP
7-star is yogurt.
CCP Jotun is on a world tour of fillings right now. Asteroid fillings get good sponsorship. This asteroid is present to you by some yogurt company.
And more, I mean, base building is at the heart of it all. That you are building out your base, so we'll continue to add different things to it as well.
And these are just higher res textures that are being worked on for some of the things that are coming
Yeah.
sooner. So for for further art, the better quality textures
Yeah.
and assets. And then evergreen updates. This is
Yeah.
your slide.
Yeah, just go next. Yeah, then as I mentioned, as we continue to, there are more ships coming. There are more. If you go next, one thing that we haven't touched on at all, if you go to the next slide, are NPC behaviors as well. Different types of NPCs that do attack you are present at different sites, even come to your base, etc. We are working on different types of behaviors, different types of strengths, different types of looks for NPCs, but that's more like something that we will just release as soon as it is ready, coming as soon as next week as well. And then, as I mentioned before, this economy, quality of life, and balance updates as well. So, but this is more pivotal to be able to do, like, if we get good feedback from players that we can look at.
Did CCP Goodfella just slip 3 notes on what he was supposed to talk about into your deck?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the first time.
NPCs.
That was the first time I'd
Ships.
seen them. Yeah.
It's
I was like,
go to the next one.
these are new slides. So this is the summary of the upcoming timeline. As we mentioned, Cycle 3 coming on October 15th, Silent Tide. Cycle 4, the Eternal Forge. Industry improvements coming in December. Cycle 5, the Shroud of Fear, with scanning and much expanded tribal infrastructure. And Cycle 6, Sanctuary.
I'm super excited about Cycle 3. We're going to see, I mean, the base building stuff is going to be a huge improvement. The respawn thing is going to be a huge improvement. Getting the WASD controls into the hands of the players. Have a race, as you guys suggested. I think it's a fantastic idea to start getting feedback. And then there's more and more ahead. The post-release was a bit slow for us, so we launched in June, and I think it's worth recognizing that there have not been a lot of updates recently to Frontier. It's been a new cycle, but not a lot of new content to drop into players' hands. But as you see now tangibly, there are a lot of cool things coming, and now our momentum is definitely picking up in a pretty hardcore way. So a lot of exciting things coming up ahead.
Sweet.
Sweet.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of use cases for that.
Yes.
Right. Awesome, guys. Is there something we wanna add to this other than just
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. But I think our plan was to do also then a follow-up stream with the community to just answer their questions
Yeah.
as well.
I mean,
following the
CCP
roadmap.
Yosin, I'm assuming he's still paying attention. He can collect questions. Send them directly to him in a DM. Be verbose.
PO
You can be
or
rude.
or his PO box or
Yeah.
Yeah. Send many, like he doesn't like have a long text and single. He likes to have a long text but in many different messages.
Yeah.
Yes. That's how he
Yeah.
loves it. He told me that
Yes.
specifically. He says he doesn't respect anyone who sends it in a single message.
No, exactly. Exactly. No, but we wanna it's okay. Of course, we need to present this to the community, but then we wanna have a discussion with the community if they think anything should be prioritized differently. If they feel like we're dropping something that is important, or if it's just cool. Which we obviously do think it is, but we also know that there is a dialogue that is needed in order to make it perfect.
Awesome.
Great. CCP Overload. Yeah, I saw you trying to pick up a little bit of hype there at the end. I appreciate it. I respect it. CCP Goodfella and everybody watching. Thanks so much for tuning in. October 15th, Cycle 3, and then loads of cool shit coming after that.
Yes.
The roadmap is out.
Yeah, road has been mapped.
Yes.
Wow.
It's
Yeah.
time to move it.
Let's just end this.
Can we
stream
cut it
now.
there?
We can
It's
start-
like, yeah.
Air horns, you know?
Don't indulge him.
Thanks, everybody.
Awake.